Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Fume, my friends. Fume is pretty freaking awesome. And if you haven't heard of the flavored air category, it is becoming the new movement to break those bad habits. And listen, we all have these bad habits that we always tend to reach for, especially when we're peer pressured or we're out with our friends. Well, instead of reaching for that bad habit, you could reach for your Fume, which is such a better alternative than all the other stuff that you're doing right now. Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story for a limited time. Use my code GENIUS to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com, that's tryfum.com, and use code GENIUS to get a free gift with your order today. Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Why overpay for wireless when you can have Mint Mobile for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan? What an amazing deal. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts, which makes it super easy to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/genius15. That's mintmobile.com/genius15. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/genius15. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigs on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
It's more so just like, and I'm pretty sure he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I see him on my timeline, and I'll never forget, I saw him filming a video, and he almost put me in it. Mm-hmm. Like, he never warns people in the background. That's what pissed me off.
Okay.
So when he kind of like, hey, I was like, oh, I gotta piece you
in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. We have a recurring guest. It's been a hot second. The last time you were on my podcast, it was inside my house in a corner room, which was dope because we had alcohol, we could drink and do all this other shit.
Yes,
motherfucker tried to steal my fucking slippers.
Okay,
it was fantastic.
Yes.
It's been a hot second since you've been on. And let me ask you something. Everybody pronounces your name 2 different ways. They call you Malik or Malik. What do you go by?
Malik.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come you don't correct people when they call you Malik?
Because you know what it is? It's like,
it's confusing the fuck out of me.
It is. I'm so nice when it comes to that. I'm like, they trying.
Okay.
It's like I remember I had this one lady. This one I started giving up on people like saying trying to pronounce my name. Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, Malik. I was like, nah, it's Malik. She was like, I never heard of that. Can you spell it? I was like, oh, Malik. She was like, oh, so your name is Malik.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm Malik.
Just slash your tires, dude, at that point. Fuck that shit,
Like, I don't know my name, so that
you know what the funny? We're just going to get right into this. I wanted to ask you about this, right? Influencer boxing is huge. Have you ever been asked to do it?
I don't want to do it.
Really?
I don't want to do it. Because let me tell you why. If I really hurt, it's not fair. It's not fair. Because I really box.
I know.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it's not fair. And I really hate to beat up someone who's not on my level. It really would pains me.
But it's fun for me. And I just want to see it.
No.
Because here's the thing, right?
Go ahead.
I mean, aside from like Jake Paul, right? Okay. He's actually taking real challenge, even if they're old or not.
If it's Jake Paul, I'll do it.
Yeah, because he's a boxer now.
Yeah.
He's a pro boxer. Yep. He has the experience. Yep. He's fought people.
Yes.
That would make sense. And you guys are roughly about the same. Oh, actually, he's pretty heavy now. He's heavy.
But
boy.
I'll still take him. Like 1,000%. Like I'm walking around at like 175. I think he's like 200 or something. That's a lot of weight. But I know like he's taking it seriously and he's almost there. Yeah. But I know I can get him because I still train.
Yeah.
I still train. So I can definitely take Jake Paul right now.
Oh, I love that
right
shit,
now.
Dude.
But that influencers, any of those guys, I look at them like, they ask like, come on, bro, please can you knock him? I'm like, nah, I'm good. They're like, for this month, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't.
But it's God's plan, dude.
It is. Hey, you know what it is? I'm saying that, but then you might see like a flyer, Malik versus, I don't know, I'm like, hey, bro, when did this happen? Hey, bro, it just happened. It was
what
God's
if the
plan.
bag is right, though? What if the bag is like, I don't know, let's say they'll give you like, I don't know, like $250K.
I'm there.
Okay, let's go then.
I'm
so
there.
There's a price for
that's
it,
what I'm saying. I was trying to be, honorable. Like, nah, he's like, I will whoop his ass for $250. What?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because I watched like I think sometimes people don't understand when I say they're like, oh, you don't want to watch influencer boxing. It's not because I have anything against, I'm an influencer as well. Yeah. It's just not fun to watch because there's real boxers you could watch and it's 10 times more exciting. Yes. People are getting knocked out and you get to see skills. So it's like the fun part about it is if you have watched these people your whole life as a kid and then you get to see them do something else. Yes. But I don't know who any of these people are. Yeah. So it's not fun for me at all.
So you watching just like amateur, like honestly, what is the point of it? Like I know I saw like something like Misfits or something like that.
I think that is one of. I'm not sure. You guys could write in the comments. I think it's KSI's boxing promotion. He actually owns a part of it. I think so. But that whole thing, they get all the influencers to box, and they have a lot of freak show shit, right? Like they'll match people up relatively skill-wise pretty much the same, right? Yeah. But at a certain point for some of these guys, they get really good. Like KSI's younger brother named Deji. He's actually, his hands are nice now.
He was supposed to fight Floyd, right?
He did fight Floyd. Floyd obviously pieced him up. But obviously, right?
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
you know, he's actually halfway decent. I would say he's like low-level amateur-wise.
Well, let me fight him.
Yeah, I think you'll beat his ass. I think that's a little bit. But it would be a fun match for him because he has been training pretty hard. But I think you would be a good challenge for him. That would be super fun to watch.
A lot of guys, we all had to put up my boxing clips or something like that. They're like, who is this guy? But they're like, yo, because he's talking, I'll share a clip with you. But I do have one influencer, thinking about it, because now, you know what gets on my nerves? And I'll take him at any point. That dude who eats that food and just like, the big bites in public. And he oh my God, it's the dancing dude.
Salt Poppy?
Nah, is that his name? You know, he's a black guy.
No.
Okay, wait, who's Salt Poppy?
Salt Poppy's the Filipino guy, the boxer. He actually boxes for real.
Salt Poppy? He dances, he eats?
He dances, but he's like a legit boxer though.
Oh, nah. I'm talking about this black guy. He's big, bro, and he's too big to be doing those body movements.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Bro. I will fight him for $10. $10, bro. 2 5s. 10 ones, bro. I will fight him for $10, bro.
What you got against him?
Bro, it's more so just like, and I'm pretty sure he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, I see him on my timeline, and I'll never forget, I saw him filming a video, and he almost put me in it. Like he never warns people in the background. That's what pissed me off.
Okay.
So when he kind of like, hey, I was like, oh, I gotta piece you up. I have to at any weight class.
He's a big guy.
At any weight class, David, listen to me. At any weight class with gloves on, I will piece him up.
You know, it's so interesting, right? Because
much love to you, though, brother. I don't want to.
I think like with the whole boxing thing that's happened.
Yeah.
Most people don't understand how hard it is to fight. Like I definitely respect these influencers going into a ring and boxing. So that's a lot of balls to do that in the first place. But I think sometimes when people don't train, they don't know how exhausting boxing is. It's just such a tiring fucking sport.
You ever? I'll tell you, this is what it's similar to. You ever swimmed in a pool, took laps?
Yeah.
And try to swim for an hour, nonstop.
Yeah.
That's boxing. Because you're constantly moving in body parts for an hour.
Yeah.
Even when you sit down and you go to your corner, you sit down, that is, your body's, you're drinking and all that. You're just getting up. You got to get up again. So constantly movement for an hour.
I think the part that shocked me the most when I just tried to do strictly boxing, you know, just for fun, was I didn't realize my cardio wouldn't die first. My legs died first.
Yes. It's like, yeah.
And then my legs would be so straight up, then my chin starts to go up. It's just, you're
Technique.
so tired. And you're trying to save and conserve energy any way possible.
Yes.
So it's like my legs would give out and then my legs are stiff and then I'm just getting clipped all the time. It's like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
And then I'm like, I feel like my legs are bent. And so I could move and slip, and I look at the footage straight as fuck.
Straight as hell.
I'm like, oh,
straight
shit.
As hell. Like, yo, you like a pine cone at that point. Like, you literally like tall, but you know, the technique goes out the window first when you're tired. Because your body naturally like, what the hell are we doing? David, what the hell are we doing here? So it's like, yo, it's more so mentally. Yeah. That's why they're like, yo, come on. They push yourself to that extra gear because they know when you get tired in a real fight, it's the first thing that goes is your technique. By the way, perfect example, Frank Martin this past weekend. You know, he was doing great. Tank just kept wearing him down. Tank kept him moving the whole time. And then around the 8th round, he's like, okay, let me pick it up.
It's crazy with like somebody like Tank Davis. When I hear him speak on the mics, dumb as rocks.
Yeah, of course.
And then
that's how I want my fighters though. That's how you can bet. Like, oh, bro, that's all he knows is boxing. He does not know grammar. He does not know grammar.
Every time
8 parts
Tank
of speech
Davis talks, I want there to be like a bouncy ball with subtitles because it's like, what the fuck is he saying? Like this guy is dumb as shit.
You gonna take it back to. It was a good fight. I want to thank God. Give it up for God. Like, don't do my man like that. Baltimore, though, their education system was not.
But you see him in this ring. He's fluent.
Yes. Oh my God.
Highly intelligent fighter.
He learned his master. He mastered his profession. Yeah. I heard stories about how Tank started boxing at 7.
That's crazy.
Like he was beating up like grown men, like teenager, beating up grown men. So you see, like that's all he knew. So it was either boxing or the streets. Yeah. So you live in the gym, and when you fighting with a guy like that, it's more so he's just learning the ins and out about boxing. And he was at one point in time he was with Floyd Mayweather, so he got some knowledge from that. And then he has Calvin Ford, who's a great trainer, and he has different trainers like Kenny. So he listens to his team, and I just think no one's gonna beat him because when you have that profound, he's God-given talent. Yeah. Like that knockout power is one thing, but he can box. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand his skill work, his technique. Like he can get you in the corner. Oh, I can slip this. I can counter shot. Oh, let me tell you something about Tank Davis. He's the only fighter who can lose a fight, give up rounds. You like, and knock him out. Yeah. He gives you rounds because I'm gonna take a punch. To get mine off, and I can take yours, but you can't take mine. Yeah. And that right there is Mike Tyson. Yeah. That right there is Lennox Lewis. That right there is just a combined of like a skill set that I don't think anyone can beat him at 135. No one.
You know, when I watch this kid fight, it's like, because I got into boxing probably only like 6-7 years ago, so a lot of the stuff, I have a lot of shit I'm watching right now, just all the way back like 40 years ago type of shit. So now I'm just like, oh, I get to see like an evolution of boxing. Yes. And you get to see, like I've seen that with MMA because I watched MMA my whole life and I've seen that sport evolve, but I never got to see it in boxing so much. And when boxing started off as this thing, like you see people just sit there and stand and bang. Right. And now you have somebody like these younger kids, their footwork is different. Yes. Like position is different now.
Angles.
It's all angles now. Nobody's sitting there and trying to bang with you. Correct. I mean, that's why like somebody like Muhammad Ali, he was so revolutionary at the time. He was dancing on motherfuckers.
Oh my God, yes.
And so they're not used to seeing that in the heavyweights. Heavyweights don't move like that. Exactly. Same thing with like Tyson Fury. They're like, heavyweights don't move like that.
Not at all.
And then you see somebody like Gervonta, just has these fucking bombs in his hands, dude. Frank Martin's gonna feel that shit for the rest of his life. That shit was bad. That was a bad knockout, dude.
Yeah, it was. He has to move up to 140.
That's what I was wondering too. When I looked at Frank Martin in the weigh-ins, I'm like, that weight cut drained the shit out of him for sure. And I'm wondering too, if he wasn't so drained, he probably wouldn't have been able to get up from that knockdown, and he maybe would have been able to stand up and fight again. Maybe not, because Tank Davis hits hard. Yeah. But that weight cut is so important. He looked like shit. Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Yeah, sunken in, his eyes were all fucked up. Yes. I'm like, this is not your weight class.
But that's the thing now. It was a trend of weight bullies. Like weight bullies, like let's say you walk around at like 200 pounds. Yeah. And then you drain yourself all the way to 168.
That's crazy.
Or something like that. And then you rehydrate back to 200 pounds. So yeah, you might be fighting at super middleweight, but you're actually a heavyweight. So you got these guys like at the 140 or the 135, they'll walk around at 160 and drain themselves. Ryan Garcia right now is like 180.
Jesus Christ.
It's 180. You know what I mean? Like, let's just think about that. You're losing 40 pounds in 8 weeks. You're fighting the weight.
I've been trying to lose 40 pounds for fucking 30 years. That's just not even how the fuck did you have to weight cut a lot?
Hell no. I fought at my weight. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was a skinny kid. Yeah. I was a skinny kid, but I was tall. Yeah. So I don't know if y'all boxing history, Paul Williams. I had a very similar type to him. He was just taller than me. He was 6'2". He fought at 147. Just think about that. 6'2", fighting at 147. They have this kid now, Sebastian Fedora.
Yes. I actually saw him fight live.
Yes.
And I saw him get knocked out.
You went to that fight?
Yes.
And it was in Carson?
Yes.
Yes, he got cold.
I did not expect that shit, dude. But that's boxing. A dog fight.
And he couldn't get up. He was like, nah, I couldn't get up.
Same thing. Yeah. Exhausted, legs straight up, overhand.
Boom.
Yep. Bro, I thought he died. It was so bad.
He looked at the ref like, I don't know why you counting still.
In that same fight, what happened, with the early fights, nobody's there. But we had a private, because that kid, Brandon Lee, was fighting. And so I was there supporting him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, he just signed to Matchroom Boxing. No, he just signed to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, he left PBC.
Oh, big move.
Now, I want to see him fight. I know that's your guy.
Yeah.
I want to see him fight somebody tough. I want to see him fight, like, step it up. I don't know if it was PBC holding him back, but he got to fight. Because you think about it, he's like 30-0. Or
he's up there. He hasn't lost yet.
Okay.
Undefeated.
Yeah. Tank is 30-0.
Oh, shit.
So that's what I'm saying. So, like, hey, Tank been fighting a lot of undefeated guys, just taking their zeros off their record.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee, I want to see you fight somebody.
This is the cool thing about, like, with if you guys aren't like boxing fans, like, one of the most frustrating things about boxing is that so many different belts, so many different promotions, so many different leagues, and right now Saudi Arabia, that one dude is trying to unify everything.
Yes.
So we can finally see people box each other.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
They're gonna give everything.
Yeah, it's not. Like, go to Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Ego.
Yep.
Bob Arum doesn't run Top Rank, but the people underneath him, ego.
Yeah.
Al Heyman. Now, Al Heyman, I don't see Al Heyman ever giving up PBC because he has like a stable where it can keep like currency keep coming in, but he needs an investor. He needs somebody who's going to invest in the Amazon Prime PBC thing. But I can see Matchroom getting bought. You just saw Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. Yeah, they kind of like
who's going to have the best fighters?
Frank Warren. Yeah, they was like, yo, versus that was fun. And I heard a rumor. Did you hear that rumor about Team Mexico versus Team USA? No. Canelo is headlining versus Terrence Crawford and everybody. Did you hear about that? It was a 5-on. I think it was just bro, it's a speculation, but bro, hold on. I don't want to, bro. Hold on, wait.
You want to talk about weight class issues, dude? Terrence Crawford.
you think he's gonna?
Listen, my favorite boxer as of right now is Terrence Crawford. Right?
You think he can get Canelo?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Only because
you wildin'.
Here's the thing. There's weight classes for a reason. You know what I mean?
I see that. Okay, look at this. This is not. And you can read it to your fans. Yeah.
Team America versus Team Mexico is being rumored that Crawford versus Canelo could potentially be in America versus Mexico in a Western version of the 5 versus 5 with Plant. Ooh! But I love Plant.
I love
Plant.
Caleb.
Is slick.
I love Caleb Plant.
That fool's fucking slick.
That's my guy.
He doesn't say no to anybody.
Yeah.
He'll fight anybody.
He's begging to fight.
Yep. Oh, he's going to fight Munguia. That's going to be fucking hard.
Great fight.
Shakur, I love Shakur's too. He's fucking sick as shit. People give him a lot of shit, but because he's smart.
Ooh, okay.
Shakur versus Zepeda or Cruz. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to be fucking fire,
good card.
Dude.
That's a good card. I'm just trying to tell you that.
Terrence Crawford is my favorite boxer just because there's two. There's Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford, right?
Lomachenko?
That's one of my favorite boxers.
What? Hold on. Now I'm curious. Why Lomachenko? Yeah.
Number one, he has some of the slickest defense in boxing I've ever seen while he's moving forward. You don't see a lot of boxers bring it to you like that, slip all these punches and still stay in the pocket. Tank does too, but he's way more aggressive. I love Lomachenko's pitter-patter, step, and he frustrates people where they give up. I mean, they call him no mas. Like,
yeah, it's true.
Why? Because people would give up. Not because he's cracking them, because they can't touch him. And they get frustrated. Lomachenko, footwork-wise, one of my favorite.
Lomachenko made Nicholas Walter on HBO literally sit on the stool like, no, I'm done. His team is like, what is going on? Then he fought Rigneau. Yep. Fought him, beat him down. But, I think Rigneau moved up. But he is, back in the day, one of the best tacticians that you will ever see in boxing.
I love his style. And it's like, I think stylistically I really enjoy him a lot because nobody fights like him.
Well, you know they're fighting next.
Lomachenko and
Tank.
Tank?
Yeah.
Damn, that's just going to be rough.
Okay. Hey, enjoy your favorite fighter for a little bit, man, because all right. I'm trying to tell you something.
I'm always going to go Lomachenko.
Over Tank?
I'm going to go always Lomachenko.
Hold on. Wait.
Only because, listen, I have something called OG bias.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say, because I was like, what? I was about to say, get that on camera, because I want to say, like, bro, you're going to...
Do you think Haney beat Lomachenko? Do you feel like he beat him, or do you feel Lomachenko beat him?
Now, I'm biased with that, because... I watched the fight twice.
Yeah.
I had it 7-5 Haney. A lot of people don't like body shots. Now, Lomachenko gave up that 12th round. That was an important round. So it was 7-5, and Haney won that. So I was like, okay, cool, 7-5. It could have went either way. I would have preferred a draw.
I felt like it either way, too. I was leaning towards Lomachenko, but I wasn't as devastated as everybody else was. I was like, I could see it either way. I think once you can say you could see it either way, then you just leave it as a wash.
I thought about it. This is really, I was feeling I was like, is it either way? But then I saw a grown man start crying. I was like, oh yeah, Haney won.
Hey, man, don't be disrespecting Lomachenko. That's my guy,
I just had the best one.
Terrence Crawford and Lomachenko are my two favorite. Terrence Crawford, just best switch stance in the game.
Oh my God.
It's masterful.
Can I tell you a story about that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight?
Yeah.
So me and my pops.
Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Why overpay for wireless when you can have Mint Mobile for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan? What an amazing deal. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts, which makes it super easy to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/genius15. That's mintmobile.com/genius15. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/genius15. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigs on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
We love both fighters. Yeah. But we were going for Earl because, Earl is, I have history where I was in this training camp with Earl Spence when he was fighting Floyd Mayweather, beating him up. Mm-hmm. I saw those legendary sparring sessions. Earl is a beast. Like no one, knocked out Adrian Broner in sparring. Like he is the guy. And then my trainer called me. I was like, hey, I called my trainer. I was like, hey, bro, who gonna win out of Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence? He was like, it should be like, don't ask me dumb questions. Terrence Crawford, because Earl Spence, you can't beat concrete. He kept saying that you can't beat concrete. That car crash, that's not the same Earl Spence we once loved. So I'm like, all right. And then I told my pops that. I was like, nah, we just gonna ignore him. And I was looking, I was like, oh, Terrence Crawford gonna fuck him up. Yeah. I kept saying that. And me and my pops, I never really watched fights with my pops. I was like, D, let's just order it. I'm gonna come over, order it on pay-per-view. We're gonna sit there and watch. We watched Terrence Crawford beat our favorite. And my dad, he was like, man, but Earl is soldier. He don't get up there, ain't facing him. I was like, when he gonna come back? And it was like, bro, like the 5th, 6th round. I was like, man, turn this shit off. Yeah. It was bad, I didn't even want to watch it. I was like, what the hell is that, bro? It was bad. Dude, name a one-sided ass whooping of a pay-per-view fight such as that. I can't think of one. I mean, Lomachenko versus Kambosos. That was a major pay-per-view fight? That wasn't a pay-per-view. That's right. That wasn't a pay-per-view. Yeah, I'm talking about like a one-sided ass whooping. Like it can go either way. Like we were begging for this fight. I feel like Terrence Crawford's biggest asset, obviously his switch stance is very frustrating for people, right? Because that's how he gets a lot of these great angles. Yeah. But he's also just very, very smart. Oh, he's beast. Like his life is boxing. Yes. And he's so fucking intelligent. Mm-hmm. I think that sometimes, you can't make somebody smart, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's like Terrence Crawford's like biggest asset is like how he studies fighters and what he does before he even steps into the ring, which makes him really fucking different. Thanks. And then with Lomachenko, like he has his game plan. When I saw what he did to like Kambosos, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, this shit's a fucking beatdown. Beat him down. I saw that shit, and my eyes aren't as keen for boxing, so I had to watch that shit like 4 times because I couldn't see where Kambosos was getting hit. But I kept on seeing his face get like, I'm like, when did he get hit? So I had to slow it down, rewatch the fight. I'm like, oh shit. Like Lomachenko was doing amazing adjustments because he kept on trying to catch him with his hook. Mm-hmm. And later on, Lomachenko would dart with the cross and he would trap his hook hand. Mm-hmm. And so he couldn't fire it off. I'm like, I didn't see that before in the fight because I was just so hyped about what was going on. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. He knocked him out. He knocked him out in the 10th round. Yeah, 10th round body shots. Yeah. Fucking crazy, it's man. It's a beast, yeah. You know what's so crazy? He's getting better the older he gets. He came in the game old. He old as hell because he was doing all the amateur fights. Yes. His dad made him do ballet, all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And he kind of has a story of like, all the work you do before matters for what's going to happen now, right? Because I forgot how, like 1 loss in amateurs and like 300 something fights, some ridiculous number. Yeah. It's ridiculous before he became a pro boxer. But like watching him do what he does, like it's very inspiring, but it also kind of puts into this perspective of like how important conditioning is. Because I remember when I started taking boxing classes in the beginning was, we're just going to move around the ring, just defensive shit. Just keep moving. 3 rounds.
2 minutes. Man, first round, I'm about to throw up. I'm like, I didn't even throw a punch yet.
Yeah.
And we're just moving. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
My knees are sore. My legs are tired. I'm
Trust
like, I can't do this for another 2 rounds. He goes, well, you got to. Because the second round was, he wanted me to throw feints while moving around. Dog, I'm like, I'm done. Like, this is 4 minutes in.
Yes.
I'm like, this is fucking tiring. And then you have, because like the thing is, I feel like with kickboxing, there's just a lot more. There's a lot of traps. There's holding. You could do things to slow things down a little bit. Boxing is just constant movement all the fucking time. And so when we got to the third round, where now we're shadow boxing, I was already gassed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is why they always stress conditioning so fucking much, because you could look great on pads for that hot 30 seconds.
Of course.
You could look clean, hit hard, whatever. Can you do this for fucking 12 rounds?
Yes. No, you can't.
Can you? Like, I don't think I can, dude.
I'll tell you, that's why they had the best athlete. I remember they put out like the greatest athletes, and I always said Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
I mean, I love LeBron, I love Serena, I love Tom Brady, I love all those GOATs, Tiger Woods. Floyd Mayweather, routine. Wake up in the morning, run like 7 to 8 miles. In the morning, like you sleep.
That's impossible for me.
And by the way, he's in like a $30 million home. And this is the height of his career. He's like, I already made it, but he wanted to be the best ever. So this is when he got out of prison, when he fought Robert Guerrero.
Yes.
Right? So he needed a southpaw. So he'll wake up, run 7 a.m., go to train, boxing for 3-4 hours, around like 2-3. Think about that, 2 or 3 p.m. in Vegas heat. Go home, run. Then I'm like, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna rest. He'll wake up, he'll call you, hey, Floyd going to the gym at 3 a.m. Get up. And you got to get over there just in case he does want to spar. 3 a.m. he's sparring. Then he's running again. Then he'll go out the club. He'll go club. You're like, all right, let's go to the club. All right. And then boom, after the club, hey, give me my running shoes. I'm going to run home. Running. So it's constant. And then he go swim. So it's just more, so you do physical.
He has that Kobe mentality, dude.
Kobe mentality. I love Kobe, but I never really seen Kobe, but I heard stories. But just seeing that was just, I was just really taking things in perspective. Like, this guy is a multimillionaire, did everything, he accomplished so much. This is after the Pacquiao fight, by the way.
Yeah.
And before.
Yeah.
And he just, like, I want to be the best. I want to go down as the best in history. When you have that mentality, I knew boxing was a different level. He never got tired. He could have fought. True story. I heard a story about how he would weigh in. After the weigh-in, you're done. People want to go home. You did the work, rest, relax for the next day. He go home and go after the weigh-in, he'll go train.
That's fucking crazy.
Fight next day.
You know, when we have these conversations, like, well, let me just redirect this to you before I even talk about this. For you, you went pro.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
Because, bro, it was more so, I think I was too early to go pro, because in my mind, my coach and my dad said, hey, bro, I think you should wait. I think you should build your amateur record up. But I moved from Louisiana to L.A., and the boxing scene in L.A. was trash. No one. If you really look at it, just only think of one person that came out of L.A. that was in the amateurs that was great. Do you know anyone?
No.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah.
So the boxing scene out here, it was no amateur boxing. You had to go all the way to Palm Springs or way out there up north.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do it. I was like, bro, I want to go pro. So I turned pro, and I went to Austin. I fought on the Golden Boy court. I won that fight. They gave it to the other guy. So now I'm starting 0-1. I was like, man, so I got a loss on my record. That was crazy to me. Yeah. Because I was so I was like, I'm sparring with Floyd, and I'm 0-1. That really kind of messed me up mentally. Because they gave that. So I was like, man, I'm cool on that. Then I started. But I ain't really, my pops was like, man, Bernard Hopkins started 0-1.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, let's do it again. I went to Victorville, fought a guy. I got injured. I was beating him up so bad, he picked me up and slammed me on the ground. And when he did that, my leg.
Oh, your fucking leg.
And I was like, I'm trying to hop on. Can you continue? I was like, nah, man, I'm not about to fight on one leg. They was like, okay, cool, no contest. They changed the no contest to a loss. So now I'm 0-2.
Wow.
I'm 0-2. So now I'm like, what the So then I'm like, all right, I'm 0-2. I'm about to beat everyone. I'll start training harder than ever. Got my other fight, I beat his ass. Got another fight, beat his ass. So now I'm 2-2. So I'm making noise, but promotional companies don't want to sign you if you 2-2. They're like, who the hell? But he's a beast. Well, his record, we can't market a 2-2 fighter.
That's what I sometimes hate about boxing so fucking much. It's like the cool thing about MMA is that, you could have a great record. Most MMA fans don't care. We're like, how's he fight? Because we want to see exciting fights.
Yeah.
So you could have a fighter that comes in, they're like 20 wins, 15 losses. They're like, cool, but what's his fights like? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes like these early fights don't dictate who you are as a fighter later on.
You learn stuff, right?
Because you have people like Brazilian dude, Oliveira. Oliveira, when he first started, he started a lighter weight class. He was getting knocked out 24/7. Well, guess what? He went on a fight streak and became a champion. But if nobody gave him a chance because he was losing in the beginning, that would have been the end of his story. And I think that's what I love about MMA, and that's something that boxing needs to learn from, because they're so busy. Like, I watch some of these earlier fights, and they're doing these amateur rounds, and they're fighting fucking taxi cab drivers. It's like, come on.
Of course, yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? This guy literally picked me up from the airport. You know?
He was like, hey, what you here for? I got to fight. I got to fight too.
I was like, who you fighting? Canelo. I was like, oh, shit.
I'm fighting. Wait, oh, you Canelo?
Yeah. So, I'm like watching these fights, and it's like, I could have been in there. Like, you could have beat my ass.
Exactly.
It could have been me, and you would have beat my ass. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Agreed.
And so they get so obsessed with this like zero number.
Well, Floyd called. A lot of people say he damaged boxing because he made the record so important. Before him, people were fighting everyone.
Yeah.
Roy Jones got in there. He was undefeated. He was just so talented. But he fought Antonio Tarver, got knocked out because he beat him the first time.
Yeah.
He could have retired undefeated.
Done. Yeah.
But he's like, nah, you know what? I'm going to fight you again, because it's all about whoever call you out, I have to meet him.
I said that on the fight podcast too. People are super upset. It's like, that's because you guys don't watch boxing. Like, you don't understand like how much it changed. And because Floyd went from pretty boy to money Mayweather, and this whole narrative changed everything.
Yes, very
so
smart.
Everybody wanted to follow his model. I can't have a zero. Oh, I can't not have a zero. I need a fucking zero.
Think about it with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. This is crazy. Okay, Ryan Garcia had a loss from Tank, whatever. Devin Haney was the next prodigy. He was the Mayweather-esque. It's the Devin Haney era. Gets his ass whooped. One loss. They saying he should retire.
Yeah.
You know
Insane.
what I mean? Then they said he cheated, right? So Ryan Garcia, he cheated. He wants to owe off his record so bad. But we're so finical. We're so ficky. Like, we just go to one side or the next. We said, no, we remember the ass whooping. You still trash. We don't want to see you. So one loss can change your whole perception on a fighter. And it's never like that back in the time. Like, look at Usyk.
Yeah.
Usyk is undefeated. Tyson Fury, undefeated. Like, now they're saying, Usyk is the greatest ever and all. He fought. Okay, did he clean out the heavyweight division? Of course, he did. But he is not the greatest of all. Like, it's like, where does he rank? Top. I remember Mike Tyson. I came up with Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis. It's so many people. I'm Klitschko.
Yeah.
It's so many heavyweights that touched that. James, all these guys, and you're saying he's ranked over there because he's undefeated? Like, come on.
He still has time. Like, you still have to put your work in, right? And that's the conversation too, that a lot of people only remember somebody for their last fight. It's like, dude, your whole lexicon of fights matter, right? So, and I mentioned this too with the whole Floyd Mayweather thing. Like, you could talk about Floyd Mayweather's, he's 40-0, 50-0, 40-0.
He's 50-0,
right?
Yeah.
Great. Sugar Ray Leonard, I think he was in the 70s before he lost his first fight.
Yep.
So how do we compare this, right? So Sugar Ray Leonard, who was more active, and he finally lost at like 72 fights. So, and I think he went on to fight over 100 more. He was like 100 plus fights.
To your fans, it's not Sugar Ray Leonard, it was Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson, I'm sorry, Sugar Ray Robinson. So it's like, when you think about stuff like that, so who's greater? Like, whose O matters the most?
Correct.
And I think those type of things too is like, there's almost a lot of recency bias. I don't care. That's why I like Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant has, when he fought Canelo, he lost. He went right back at it again.
David Benavidez.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's always up for new challenges all the time. And Caleb Plant still wants to run it back with Canelo.
Yeah.
And look, if you look at that fight, he was doing great in the beginning.
It goes back to the point of boxing and cardio. Like, cardio, he has to work on his car. I don't know why. Every time you put the heat on, it just run out of gas.
Yeah.
Like, you remember how you said my technique goes out and my legs around? For him, they know. So, okay, all I got to do is keep pressing, making him work for all those. And if you have power, it's going to be great. Now, he can run all day for 12 rounds. If you hitting like this, if you got that knockout power, he's in trouble. Put that pressure on. But I love him because he said, I already know what I'm trying to do. We got to work on my conditioning. Even a world champion like Caleb Plant,
I need to work on my conditioning, which is crazy.
It's like boxing is like a puzzle. You cannot figure it out. You can't. You just gotta like, okay, I have this piece and my opponent has this piece. I need another piece to activate my tools against my opponent. You can never say, I'm gonna go in there and kick his ass. All right, I gotta worry about what he's doing. Like Floyd Mayweather always said, I'm not worried about what this guy's doing. He has to deal with my skill set.
Yeah.
Then if he deals with my plan A, I'm about to go with plan B. Then I got plan C. Then I got plan D. Like you have to change. I love boxing because I understand MMA is a great sport in its own, but boxing you can figure out it's a chess match. Like I can see, okay, this dude just took away my jab. Damn, he took away. I love my jab. It's my favorite punch. I got to start throwing the straight, the hook, so I can. That's like a jab.
Yeah.
A straight hook is a jab.
Yeah.
Like, boom, it offsets you because you got to keep your hands up.
It's like two very different sports, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't like it when people compare them. It's just two different sports, different rule sets. So it's just enjoy what you like, right? Yeah. Is MMA a more complete fighting style? Of course, right? But boxing is amazing in and of its own right. Like you've seen amazing people who have great hands in boxing fuck up MMA fighters, right? Because they have a little bit of the MMA, but they're so hard to deal with their hands, right? And I think like, for example, you have somebody like this fighter named Ilia Topuria, great boxing, right? Okay. He's been knocking people out, lights out.
In the UFC?
In the UFC. He's a champ right now. He beat the current reigning champ, Alexander Volkanovski, who hasn't lost in ages. And he flatlined him with his hands.
What weight class?
This is Volkanovski is 145.
So it's smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
And it's crazy what they can do. He knocked him out, and it was just all angles.
What's the guy, Islam
Makhachev?
Is he the best right now?
They're saying he's pound for pound the best, right? And then this was a really cool fight because he fought somebody named Dustin Poirier, who's known for his boxing. I heard about him, yeah. And they were boxing each other, and it was pretty slick.
But so he's known that Islam is known for
his wrestling, but then he said, "I want to stand and bang," and it was fun.
Did he bang?
So he ended up choking him out, and actually he was still getting better. He was getting the better of the boxing on Dustin Poirier, even though he was a wrestler.
Wait, hold on. So Islam, his skill set is better. He's a better wrestler.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. He's from Dagestan, so he's grappling, but he was standing there and boxing. So
he was like, "I'm gonna beat you at your own game."
Yeah,
and he did.
Kind of, yeah. It was pretty fucking exciting, man. It was such a good fight, and like the thing too, like. When I started doing boxing, it's like I just kind of let go of what my preconceived notion of hands are in another sport because it's different. The application is different, right?
Yes.
Because when you do Muay Thai, you're a lot more square because you have to throw front kicks, you're checking things. So once you start blading your legs, you'll leave your lead leg open to get kicked. Unless you're karate and then you leave it up as a front kick or a side kick and it changes the game. There's all these little nuances, right? When I started boxing, I was so square, I was getting stopped in the gut. I was like, fuck.
Give me that shit.
Yeah. And then it became weird because now my cross is different because it's not as available because it's back here versus over here. You're kind of almost ambidextrous when you're straight.
Yes, yeah.
And then like that fucked me up a little bit too. So I was like, damn, this is fucking difficult. Like I can't deal with this. And also too, now I have to be more comfortable with slipping and moving around because now I can't just parry, grab in for the clinch, bicep controls, like all these things disappear, right? So now it's like your footwork and it's important in kickboxing as well too, and you could apply it, but you just have different outs. And so now slipping in a little deeper is more possible because with Muay Thai, if somebody catches your tendency to slip deep, clench knee, back to the head.
So it's okay. So your stance is very different, like in each one. But Muay Thai, right? So if you said like you catch and knee, I thought you can't throw knees in
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
No, you can throw knees. That's like one of their favorite moves.
In knees?
Yep. Literally clinch, grab the back of the fucking neck, lock it up, and then blast the knee to their fucking face or their solar plexus.
UFC doesn't.
UFC does that too.
They does it?
Knee to the face all the time.
Well, it was a big article about
you can't knee to a grounded opponent.
Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Fume. Have you heard that the flavored air category is quickly becoming the leading alternative to your bad habit? It's a whole new movement towards better habits and is led by the sponsor of today's video, Fume, my friends. Now, if you've listened to my podcast, you've heard me talk about Fume because we all know how hard it is when you're out with your friends and you're reaching for your bad habits, but instead you could reach for your Fume because let me tell you something, it is an award-winning flavored air device. They have these really cool cores that has lots of delicious flavors to choose from, like crisp mint and orange vanilla. personally really great. I like the crisp mint a lot. And also too, just to add to it, no vapor, no nicotine, non-toxic flavors, no batteries. Looks awesome. It is really cool to fidget with for those fidgety people out there. Listen, Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story for a limited time using my code GENIUS to get a free gift with your journey pack today. Head to TryFume, that's tryfum.com, and use code GENIUS to get a free gift with your order today.
Oh, that's what it was. Because Mickey Mouse, I mean, not Mickey Mouse. Mighty Mouse. Yes, he fought in that one. My bad.
One of the greatest of all time called Mickey Mouse.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
Different sport,
bro. But I pay attention because I just like fighting. But he was in that one.
Andrade knocked him out
with a knee.
Yep.
And he was on the ground.
So he wasn't used to the rules because in ONE FC you can knee to a grounded opponent, but in the UFC you can't.
Oh.
So it's one of those adjustments that he had to make. So different promotions have different rules, right? So before that, back in the day, right, like UFC original, Ryzen, all this other stuff, you could soccer kick people to the head when they're on the floor. Back in the day.
Oh, that's hard.
UFC 1, you could
that's
punch
really
people in the dick.
fighting.
Yeah, you could punch people in the dick back in the day.
UFC?
Yeah.
Oh, now you can't even poke them in the eye.
Yeah,
now.
you can't do none of that shit.
UFC got soft. I don't know. No, yeah. but okay. So when he did that. Now, is Mighty Mouse the greatest of all time to you?
To me, there's two people, John Jones or Mighty Mouse. It's hard to argue, for me anyways. John Jones, he has one loss against a guy named Mark Hamill.
I thought he was undefeated.
He is undefeated. So Mark Hamill won by a technicality because he was throwing down elbows, and that's an illegal move. So
John Jones. Okay.
But he was basically ragdolling and fucking this fool up the whole fight. And it was just that weird, stupid rule that got him disqualified. So he lost that fight.
Did he know the rule at the time, or did he just?
I think he didn't know. And so he was young, and so that's why he has a loss. Nobody considers that a loss. Everybody considers John Jones undefeated.
Okay,
because it wasn't like it was competitive at all. It was like him bullying a little kid. It was that bad of a
and
beating.
It was earlier in his career.
Yeah, when he was super young.
Okay,
and so. To me, he's undefeated. Like Mighty Mouse 2, he kept his belt and defended it so many fucking times.
I heard about it. That's how I know about him, because it was like he's the longest reigning.
He's amazing, dude. Like, and everybody says too, if Mighty Mouse was, I don't know, fucking, above 5'4", like let's say he was like 6 feet tall, he would have wrecked everybody. Like he's untouchable.
I saw him. It was a clip about him doing jujitsu with this big guy.
Oh yeah, he did a no weight jujitsu tournament. And choked the dude out. The guy was like 200 pounds.
I know.
And Mighty Mouse is like 130.
For real?
Yeah.
Choked him out.
Yeah.
Wow. So don't you think that's like the greatest of all time? Because think about it. If he's 130 and John Jones is like I know.
Oh, he's not doing that to John Jones. John Jones would kill him. John Jones would fucking kill him.
But they said this guy was a jiu-jitsu champion.
It doesn't matter because now there's different aspects to it, right? So when you start striking and grappling, you kind of have to figure out what's going to happen, right? Because then you have striking with kicks, so low kicks, head kicks, body kicks. You have clinches now, grappling, judo, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling. You have to think all this shit that's happening, right? So now the feints are different. Because when you're boxing feints, you're only worried about these hands coming, right?
Yeah.
But now these feints are going in for a single. Okay, I'm gonna switch the single, and I'm gonna fake the single, then I'm gonna come up top with an overhand or a hook.
Yeah,
or maybe I'll fake the single, you drop down to the floor, I take your back, I wrestle you. Okay, maybe I'm not going to do I'm going to fake this kick, stop, throw a cross, clinch you up, knee, take you to the wall, drag you to the floor. There's just so many fucking things. So just last week, I grappled, right? Mm-hmm. His name is Jeremy. He owns this jiu-jitsu place called Lionheart's Jiu-Jitsu Academy, right? And just for fun, we started
fucking bored, just trying to do shit. Just trying to live out y'all weirdest fantasies. Yeah, he owns this.
Yeah,
but he fucking knee.
On the wall, and I had him lace my legs up, and I'm supposed to get out. Right, so this is me on the wall like this.
So you're like this.
Yep, and he wraps his legs around mine, and now I have to break free from him. That was maybe about a minute and a half, and then we went to sparring after. I couldn't use my legs because I was just tense for about 2 minutes, and my legs were toast. And fighters have to do that in a fight, where they're just getting grappled.
And then the bell rings, and then they got to go to the corner and walk back.
Do it all over again. And just in that one exchange, just for the rest of the class, I couldn't use my legs. My legs were toast.
So when you say you couldn't use your legs, they're like noodles.
Yeah, because he laced them, and the whole time you're tense, and you're just pushing, and you're moving. You're trying to shrimp. You're trying to get position, And so
I wanted to know what that felt like. And I'm like, dude, honestly, bro, if you wanted, you could have taken my ass. And I would just have to sit there and take it.
Whoa.
So that's what it is.
We went to rape. Okay.
He really could have. If he wanted to take my booty, it just is what it is. At that point, there's nothing I could do. If he just crawled up a little higher and he says
2 minutes of your asshole gone.
And he's like, you know what? Yeah. These cakes are mine. I would be like, probably. That's it. And after that, I have to hold his pockets. For the rest of the day, I'm just holding his pockets. Just like this. That shit fucked me up mentally, dude. I'm like, oh, you could kill me.
So wait. So after the 2 minutes on the wall, and then, okay, you had to start sparring. I understand your legs is noodles, but if he'd have took you down, like, what do you mean? Like, you were tired? Your
My legs were tired. Like, I'm exhausted. Cardio-wise, you're tired, too.
Because there's a lot of breathing?
It's just this guy squeezing on you the whole time. Like,
how much does he weigh? That's a very important question.
I mean, he's a former D1 football player.
So yeah, it's a lot of weight.
But he's also
you.
like 5'7", and he's tinier than me. But he feels like a brick wall is what he feels like. And it's just him crushing my legs together. Yeah. And then it's just constant exhaustion from the cardio, and also too mentally it fucks you. Because like when you're boxing and you're moving around and you, well, for me anyways, I don't know, you don't feel this, but I feel this, like where mentally I just start to drain.
Of course.
When somebody holds your wrist and your legs and all you can do is just sit there as this guy just stares at you, your spirit dies too. Like literally my spirit's like, hey, what are you doing this for?
Exactly.
Like, just call time out.
You're a podcaster, but the reason why you want to continue to do it is because it's that adrenaline. Like you know what I mean? It's a rush. So let me ask you this. So when he was doing it, it's like tiny movements, because you mentioned that before. It's like tiny movements that you have to like wiggle out and use every part of your body.
What I fucked up on is because my buddy Nick, black belt in jiu-jitsu, he's like, what I was trying to do was free both legs at the same time, which is hard because my legs are a little bigger. I should have like tried to base on his hip and pull one leg out, get that, base up, and then move out. Either way, it's easier said than done, right? Yeah. But because I was trying to move both my legs out, it makes it more difficult.
Oh, so you didn't know that was your first time?
Yeah, it was my first time.
Oh, got you. Okay, got you.
So there's just a lot of things that you don't know about that. Like that's why I think it's really important for MMA, boxing, or any fight fans to train. So number one, it makes the fights a lot more fun because now you know what's up. Because it's easier for you to sit on the couch and be like, just get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, bitch.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm trying the whole fucking time. It's like, hit him. Yeah, no shit.
This shit boring.
Yeah. They're like, hit him. Hit him harder. What the fuck do you think they're trying to do? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And so like me experiencing that, it's like, oh, every single person here could make me their bitch if they wanted to.
Man. Okay, so pertaining to Mighty Mouse, you think John Jones will crush him?
John Jones will kill him. There's weight classes for a reason, because now we're talking about they're in the same skill set.
But what if they do like a same jiu-jitsu? Because John
is an elite wrestler too. So John's jiu-jitsu and wrestling, his grappling is amazing.
So you think if they had like just a jiu-jitsu match, you think Mighty Mouse will still get John? I mean, no. John will still get Mighty Mouse?
John Jones is a prodigy. Like he is a prodigy.
I know all three of his brothers are gifted.
Yeah, they're all NFL football players. He is a prodigy. Nobody touches John Jones except for maybe now in later life he's 38. But you got to understand, like he has defeated the who's who, the best of the whole division. Just to give you a perspective, he was out of the game for about a couple of years, and he moved up to heavyweight to fight Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is this
that's the light-skinned bald head dude.
Yep.
He knocked him out in one round.
He choked him out. He basically grappled him, ankle picked him, took him to the wall, and he cranked on his neck, and he said he heard his spine start to pop, 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 and then he tapped out. And he got this done in the first round in the first minute, like that. This is after a fucking 2-3 year layoff, and he moves up a weight class and then defeats one of the top contenders like that, like he never left.
Do you think he was going to beat up that guy who went to boxing?
Ngannou?
Ngannou.
I think so, yeah.
Because I remember that was a big fight, right?
Yeah, you want to talk about somebody who got spanked, dude. I love Ngannou too. Like, I just like him as a person.
Yeah.
But to see what Anthony Joshua did to him?
Oh, man. We knew that. It was a money fight. It was a money grab. Tyson Fury gave him a money grab.
I really feel like Tyson Fury was kind of like, he was fucking around.
Yeah, he was fucking around.
And then he was like, oh, this guy hits hard.
Yes. Yes.
And Anthony Joshua, now these other boxers got to see it. They're like, okay, we got to put it on him now.
Yes.
And then there's levels.
Yeah, of course. You're not about to come in the game, and I don't care, you're talented, you're God gifted. If you, like I keep going back to this weekend, Frank Martin started boxing at 16 or 17 years old, or 18, whatever. Yeah. He picked it up. But like 2016, Frank Martin was not even boxing.
Yeah.
Right? 2016, Tank was a world champion.
That's different.
Okay, so then it's levels. So no way if everyone's like, oh, the sparring video, Tank went in there like, yo, okay, what's happening? The first round, he knew that you're not on any level.
You saw the pre-fight press conference. He's like, this is cake. This is
cake. Like, bro, they can't fight for you. Like, I've been doing this. So when I saw it announced, I was like, oh, he better get a lot of money because that hospital bill is going to be crazy. Like, literally, it was no contest.
When I saw, when I was watching the fight, I'm like, this is going to be easy work. I wonder how he's going to get it done. Obviously, I was thinking TKO. I wasn't thinking
Joshua?
No, I was thinking Tank versus Frank Martin.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And I didn't think he was going to get hit like that. And it was bad, dude. Like watching Frank Martin's whole face just...
Bro, it's a meme.
I'm like...
It's a meme. So that's why it's so hard for the fighters to fight the best of the best because we clown them.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're about to get in the ring and risk. Like, you don't know if you're going to come out that ring.
Yeah.
I know 2 boxers who win that ring and never walked out again.
Yeah.
So and we take that as a joke. So now, thankfully he got up and him and Devin Haney, but those are memes that they're making it like they have Devin Haney like assed up on the floor when he got knocked down, his ass is up talking about, damn, you still want to go to a Diddy party? Like those are memes that are making fun of these guys. So when you see that, you be like, shit, I ain't about to have people clown me on the internet. That's the worst place to be clowned. So that's why boxing is I think it needs a new era, a new change where I feel like the guys in Saudi Arabia are saying like, look, we'll pay you all this money, meme or not. We want you to fight the best. That's why they have an amazing card in August with Terrence Crawford, and they have a list of like killers on there.
Man, I feel so sad because...
Oh, yeah, like, I know. He dropped out.
Yeah.
I know. That was one of the... I thought that was going to be my main event.
Yeah.
We're talking about Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu.
Yeah.
So that was the best fight on that card. Amazing card, by the way. But,
the cool thing about this too is like, we will finally get to see the fights that we always want to see, right?
Yes.
And I think like the cool thing now is that hopefully the tide is changing where as they get older in fights, they're not thinking about protecting their record now. They're just like, if I'm going to go, let me just get the best now so I could just remember this feeling of just challenging myself. Because I think that would suck for a fighter to be at the end of their career and be like, damn, I could have done more.
It's
right.
Earl Spence.
Yeah. It's like, fuck could have like done more shit. Like even if you lose, like how I feel anyways, I always want to watch you fight. Like because I like Caleb Plant, he could lose 2-3 more times. I'm still going to watch him fight.
I like him fighting the best.
Yeah, because he's always fighting the best. Once you start judging people, you got to also look at who they're fighting in their record.
Facts.
You can't just look at it like, oh, he lost 3. Who did he lose to, though?
Yes.
Who did he fucking lose to?
Perfect example. Marcus, what's the guy name who fought Tank at 140 and he took his belt? I can't even think. I'm blanking right now, but he trains with Derrick James. He goes by the Acoustic Warrior or something like that.
I'm running a blank, but I know who you're talking about.
About. Yeah, he lost to Tank, got a belt at 147.
Let's go.
So perfect. Ryan Garcia or Isaac Cruz lost to Tank. He's a champion right now at 140. So just because of loss, you get lost. It's just how you lose, how you come back from the loss.
Yeah.
Like you said, Caleb Plant. Like I'm gonna come back harder and stronger. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight the best because that's what we love about boxing. Imano, the best fighting the best. But now I just feel like money wise, promotional companies, promoters, there are divas. They thinking that they're the fighter. My fighter not gonna fight. Nah, we don't. You know what I mean? Like and it had Deontay Wilder started it. I give him credit. We make fun of Deontay Wilder. He started it. You know why? Because he was signed with PBC and Tyson Fury was signed with Top Rank. He was undefeated. He was like, damn that, I want to fight him. Yeah. I don't care. And PBC and Top Rank, they don't do business together.
Yeah.
Bob Arum, Al Heyman, none of that. They're rivals. So when Deontay Wilder said, if you don't give me this fight, I'll walk, they had to go to Top Rank. Top Rank had to go to PBC and they like, what network? Or we'll put it on this network and all that. So that was the whole tide. You started to see change. If you really want that fight, you can't hide behind a promotional company.
You can make it happen.
You can make it happen. Like Earl Spence told Terrence Crawford, you're on the wrong side of the street. Well, Terrence Crawford went to the side of the street that he was on. Then they fought. So it's more so if fighters want the fight, they will fight.
Yeah, I think I really do appreciate Deontay Wilder, and some people don't give him his flowers, but at the time, people are forgetting heavyweight boxing was kind of weak,
dead,
and then Deontay Wilder started knocking people out.
Yes,
he started putting life back into the heavyweight boxing scene, and look, obviously, people remember Klitschko, but that's like a boxer's boxer, right? It wasn't getting to the layman person. And then you hear about Deontay Wilder's story. That also gave a lot of excitement too.
19 years old.
Yeah, and you know what? The crazy thing about him too is just like, for me, I would like for him to retire. I think
1,000%.
I think he's done so fucking much. He had that O for a long time.
Congrats.
And winning in the fashion that he did, like that's like Mike Tyson shit, all knockouts. And so after seeing his last fight, I'm like, I don't want him to be back in that ring again.
Doesn't have that killer instinct anymore.
Yeah, and also to his goal of like getting money for his daughter, his original purpose for why he was boxing is now done.
Yeah.
So what else is getting him into that boxing ring? Just to fight? Fuck that shit, dude. Like, you've done it all, right? The way Zhang knocked him out was bad, dude. I don't know what he was doing with the spin. I'm like,
I don't know. You know what it was?
Little dizzy bat, Tasmanian devil shit.
It took he got years taken off his life with Tyson Fury battles.
Yeah,
battles. That second fight was gruesome, and that second fight was Tyson Fury beat the living shit out of him, and he has so much heart. He said he will not. He said he cheated. There's no way he can fucking win.
Yeah.
And then he came back the third fight, put all that muscle mass, and he knocked him down twice. And he saw Tyson Fury, big ass, get up every time he was like, what the fuck?
You see his spirit just die a little bit.
Yeah. You talking about spirit dying?
Yeah.
His spirit died, and he got knocked out. And
I think what happens too with somebody like Deontay Wilder now is that once you kind of see this God die and before you realize, oh, he's human, and it also give the fighters who are going to fight him after that a lot more confidence.
Yes,
right. And so now they're like, oh, I could probably stand and bang with your punches a little bit, and this is what's happening, right? Even with Zhang too. Like, Zhang is scary. He hits hard.
He's big,
like a motherfucker.
He's big.
And so you're seeing this stuff too, where it's like, well, now he has holes in his game because your skill has to match your power now.
Exactly.
And so with Zhang, skillful. And he has power.
Well, he fought Anthony Joshua in the amateurs in the Olympics, and Anthony Joshua got the best of him. But I know Zhang, skill set, and he is hard. But the way the heavyweight, just think about the heavyweight tide. You got to have movement to be a champ. Usyk is here. Tyson Fury is here. Like, these guys can move around, and they have angles in the heavyweight. We haven't seen that since Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
It's angles in the heavyweight division. He just stays in front of you. And I think like he's going to be a walking target. This is me. I just personally think he's going to be a walking target for if he fights the Tyson Fury or as he fight Usyk. Maybe Anthony Joshua and him, they can run it back in the pros, but I don't see why unless he wants that money from Anthony Joshua, but there's no belts there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what are you fighting for? Anthony Joshua is not going to fight Zhang because it's not beneficial towards him. So he wants to fight the Usyks of the world. I don't know if he wants Usyk.
I mean, before that Usyk fight happened, I was talking to my buddy PJ, and we were just talking. And I was like, I think Tyson's gonna win, but I feel like I said it exactly on the podcast. I was like, if Usyk takes him to a corner or the ropes, he's gonna throw a big overhand, and then bink, it happened. I was like, oh shit, I called it.
Did you think the referee saved Tyson Fury?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
If because that chin was gonna be like how Frank Martin got knocked out. If you look at it on the ropes, before the ref dropped his hand, he was like this, and Usyk left was coming.
It was done.
It was coming. He thought the fight was about to stop. Like, okay, he started giving him a count. He's like, oh, what the hell? Saved him, bro. Yeah. If the ref would have never interrupted, his chin was about to meet that. We was about to see the first time Tyson Fury go, oh my God.
Yeah, I was actually shocked. Everybody was pissed when we were watching. We're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was crazy. Let it happen. Let it happen too. He jumped in. That left was literally when he jumped in, he was on the ropes, chin right here. The ref grabbed. Bro, it was coming.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! I saw. If you see the replay, it was like Usyk was about to be the world heavyweight champion by knocking Tyson Fury out. I was like, wow, what the fuck? But we got robbed of a moment in history, and that referee should be assassinated. I say that all to say all. I'm just playing.
You heard it right
I'm
here.
just playing. Hold on,
Hey,
wait.
somebody kill this guy.
Wait, no. Wait. I'm just joking.
Shit.
His old ass.
Well, we're going to wrap up this episode. What do you want to plug before we wrap this episode up?
Oh, yes, please. I am on tour. I am on tour June 26th. I'm going to be in Boston. June 27th, I'm going to be in Detroit. I have a lot of dates in July, August, September. I'm going to be going for the whole summer. So if you want to, come to a funny show, I do a great stand-up show. New hour, by the way. New dope hour. My stand-up special is on Amazon Prime. It's called Who's Your Homegirl? And you can follow me on all my social platforms, Malik Basil.
I got all the links up on the stuff. You can check it out. Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.